The night was colder than it should have been. Marcus Hale, a 45-year-old man with a tired face and a heart heavier than the sky above him, walked down the empty street toward home. The street lights flickered as if they were struggling to stay alive, just like he felt inside. His boots echoed on the wet pavement, each step reminding him of the weight he carried. He had left his job early that evening, not because he wanted to, but because he couldn't pretend anymore. Something inside him had cracked. He didn't know the exact moment, but somewhere between the long hours, the constant pressure, and the quiet loneliness of everyday life, he felt himself slipping. As Marcus walked, he looked at the houses lined along the street. Warm windows, soft lights. Families talking, laughing, arguing, living. Things he hadn't felt close to in years. Life always seemed to happen behind glass for him. Close enough to see, never close enough to touch. He took a deep breath, letting the cold air sting his lungs. It grounded him, reminded him he was still here, still moving. When he reached the old bridge at the end of Pine Grove Road, he stopped. Below, the river pushed through the darkness, restless and relentless. Marcus stood there quietly, gripping the railing as memories rushed in. His father's voice telling him to never break, to never show weakness. His father, a man who never cried, never bent, and never allowed Marcus to be anything less than perfect. Marcus whispered into the night, "I'm tired. I'm so damn tired." The words surprised him. He had never said them out loud before. He had never allowed himself to. A car passed behind him, its headlight sweeping across the bridge, pulling him out of the moment. He stepped back from the railing and kept walking. He wasn't going to fall apart tonight. Not here, not like this. As he moved forward, an old memory surfaced, something he hadn't thought about in years. When he was 15, he had run away from home for a single night. He ended up sitting behind a diner, crying quietly, hoping no one would see him. The cook, an older man with rough hands and a soft voice, had brought him a warm sandwich without asking a single question. "Sometimes a man just needs to breathe," the cook had said. Tonight, Marcus finally understood what he meant. By the time he reached his front door, something inside him felt different. Lighter, like a knot had loosened. He stood there for a moment, looking at the small house he had lived in for so long. It wasn't perfect. Neither was he, but he realized he didn't need to be. He opened the door slowly, stepped inside, and let out a long, shaky breath. For the first time in years, Marcus felt something close to peace. Not victory, not joy, just peace. And for him, tonight, that was enough.